If you're planning to build a home or even just dreaming about it, this video is for you, because building a home is one of the biggest and most expensive projects of your life, and most people get it wrong from the start. People get excited and jump straight into looking at floor plans, picking materials, and hiring builders. Then, in the middle of the process, they discover they overlook something important. Maybe they go over budget unexpectedly, maybe they regret their layout choices, or worse, they end up with a home that doesn't truly fit their lifestyle. That's why I created a step-by-step method to guide you through the entire home building process. This method is a structured approach that will help you save time and money, make informed decisions, gain peace of mind, and build a home that truly fits your life. And today, in this video, we start with step number 1, current state analysis, the foundation of the entire process. Every decision you make throughout the building process, from the location to your floor plan and specifications, relies on having a clear understanding of where you are today and what you actually need in a home. Let me repeat. Current state analysis, in simple terms, is about understanding your present situation so you can make smart decisions for the future. Let's dive in. So first of all, why current state analysis is crucial? Before you can plan a perfect home, you need to understand your current living situation, lifestyle, and needs. Think of it like Google Maps. Before you can get directions to your dream home, you need to enter your starting point. This step ensures that every decision you make moving forward is based on real needs and not assumptions. Skipping this step can lead to expensive mistakes down the road. Without a clear understanding of your current state, you might design a home that doesn't fit your lifestyle, spend too much on features you don't actually need, choose a location that makes daily life harder, or underestimate costs and go over budget, and more. However, if doing this properly, you will be able to confidently answer questions like: where should you build? In your work or in your family? How should your home be designed? How many bedrooms? Open plan versus separate spaces? What material and extras should you invest in? High-end insulation, smart home features? And most importantly, should you build it all? Skipping this step makes these decisions much harder. But doing a proper current state analysis sets the foundation for a well-planned, functional, and cost-effective home. Now, when you know why current state analysis is so important, let's go step by step on how to do it properly. Step number 1. Create a spreadsheet and start gathering questions. Start by creating a simple spreadsheet with 2 columns, questions and answers. Then start gathering questions about your life, your lifestyle, your values, goals, and your current home. Ask yourself, what do you like about your current home? Spacious kitchen, good sunlight, quiet neighborhood? What frustrates you? Not enough storage, poor insulation, no space for guests? How do you currently live? Do you cook a lot? Do you work from home? Do you host family often? And what's your daily routine? How does your home affect your productivity, relaxation, and family life? These questions will give you clarity on who you are, the place you live in, and the world around you. It might feel a little philosophical, but trust me, you will soon see why this step is so important. If you want me to send you a free template with a ready-made list of questions, just reach out through the Contact Us section on my website. The link is in the description below. Now, you need to remember that your home isn't just for you. Therefore, you need to think about your kids, their age, space for play and study, future bedrooms. You need to think about your parents and other family members. Will they ever live with you or visit often? You need to think about your friends and social life. Do you host frequently? Do you need guest rooms? You need to think about your community, school, transport, local facilities. You need to think about the environment. Maybe you care about energy efficiency, sustainability, climate impact. And obviously you need to think about your big toys. I'm talking about cars, boats, caravans. Do you need extra parking or storage? When I built my house, I knew my son was very active and didn't like going to playground in bad weather. So I designed a triple garage where we could play together all year round. Also, I hate spending my weekends mowing the lawn and maintaining a big garden, so I made sure to design a low-maintenance home to save me time. These were not random decisions, they were based on who I am and what I actually need in my home. So, the first step is to set up a spreadsheet where you document key questions and answers describing your current life, values, needs, lifestyle, and more. Again, if you'd like a ready-made template, reach out to me. And make sure to stay until the end of this video because I'll be sharing 5 pro tips that will make your current state analysis so much easier and more effective. The last tip is especially important if you're feeling stuck. Alright, let's keep going. Step number 2. Think about the future. Your new home isn't just for today. It's for the next 5, 10, or even 20 years. Who knows? Life changes, and your home should be able to adapt with you. Go through all the questions in your spreadsheet and answer them again. But this time, ask yourself, will these answers still be true in 3, 5, or 10 years? To track this, add an extra column for each of these timeframes and update your answers accordingly. I know that it's impossible to know exactly what will happen in the future, but you can plan based on probabilities. For example, if you want kids, chances are you will have them in the future. If you have a 14-year-old child, they will likely need a parking space in 3, 4 years when they start driving. But in 10 years, the same child may have moved out, meaning you will not need as much parking space anymore. Try to visualize your future self. What will your life look like? And how will your home need to change to accommodate it? Ask yourself, will my family grow or change, including pets? Could my work situation change? For example, will I need a home office? Will my lifestyle evolve? More travel, less maintenance? Or what features will I need later that I don't need today, etc. This step will help you to build a home that is future-proof. A lot of people building only for their current situation, and it's a very common mistake. Later, they regret not planning ahead, which can lead to expensive modification or even worse, having to move. Remember the triple garage I mentioned earlier? I also thought about how I'd use it in the future. In a few years, when my son is older, I will buy a table tennis set so we can play together. A little later, when he is a teenager, I will upgrade to a pool table for snooker nights. And when he moves out, I have the perfect plan. I will buy a Porsche and park it inside. What a nice dream, right? Hopefully it comes true. If you're finding this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. Did you hear that? My wife just told me that nobody hits the like button. People just don't do it. Okay, challenge accepted. If this video gets 10,000 likes, I will shoot a video about 3 things I secretly built in this house without her approval, and she really hates them. Deal? Let's prove her wrong. We just need 10,000 likes. Now, by this point, your spreadsheet should include your current situation, documented through questions and answers, and your future predictions for the next 3, 5, and 10 years. This will serve as a solid foundation for the next steps in the home building process. Alright, let's move on. Step number 3. Identify your must-haves. Your must-haves are the things you absolutely need in your future home. These are the non-negotiables. For example, 3 bedrooms, single-level house, specific neighborhood, etc. Use your spreadsheet answers to guide you. Your must-haves should reflect your lifestyle, values, and long-term needs. Many people confuse must-have with wants, but they're not the same. Must-haves are essential. Without them, you would not build a house at all. While wants are features that would be nice to have, but they're not critical. We will cover once in a future video. Now remember, keep your list small. Your must-have list shouldn't be too long. These are your deal breakers, not a wish list. Aim for, let's say, 4 to 7 key items to start shaping your home's vision. This list will also play a key role in your financial planning later on. For example, when I built my house, my must-have list started with just a few essentials: a specific city, well-insulated and warm home, 4 bedrooms, and a triple garage. That's it. Oh, and a green kitchen. No, just kidding. The kitchen color wasn't essential, but there is a funny story about how we chose the color, and I will talk about it in one of my next videos, so make sure to subscribe. Initially, I had only 4 things to start with. Then, as I moved through the planning stage, I gradually added features and specifications to my vision. Things like the number of toilets, walk-in wardrobes, ceiling heights, heating and ventilation, materials and orientation, lens size, etc. But at this initiation stage of the project, the focus is only on your core must-haves, the absolute essentials. Okay, step number 4. Document your findings. Once you've completed your analysis, review your findings, summarize the key points, and compile everything into a structured Word or PDF document. This document will be invaluable when working with builders, designers, architects, and even sales agents, as it helps them understand your needs and recommends the best solution based on their expertise, industry best practices, and your unique situation. When I built my house, I wanted to set up a gym in my garage and hang a boxing bag. I mentioned this to my builders, but it was after the design stage had already been completed. They asked, where exactly am I planning to hang it? And when I showed them the spot, they explained that the current design wouldn't support it. There were no ceiling or roof beams in that spot. But instead of leaving it there, they spoke with the carpenters and arranged to reinforce the ceiling timber frame so it could handle the weight. It worked perfectly, and now the boxing bag hangs just where I want it. That's why it's very important to have it documented so that you could communicate it to your project partners. Wrapping up everything we covered today. The home building process consists of 4 key stages: initiation, planning, execution, and closure. You begin this journey with the idea to build a house, which leads you into the initiation stage. During initiation, your first task is to conduct a current state analysis, where you establish your initial spreadsheet and define your must-haves. Next, you move on to budgeting, which determines whether your must-haves are financially feasible. By evaluating both your current state analysis and budget, you will be able to make an informed decision on whether to proceed with building your home or reconsider your options. If you decide to move forward, you enter the planning stage, where you build on your current state analysis and budgeting to refine your vision. At this stage, you will conduct a more in-depth current state analysis, gather and refine your wish list and requirements, prioritize your requirements based on necessity and values, and select a builder. As you develop your wish list, you will continuously refer back to your current state analysis to validate your requirements. If you find that key details are missing, update your spreadsheet by adding new questions and answering them. This iterative approach ensures that each pass through the analysis makes your planning more comprehensive, accurate, and aligned with your needs. Before you approaching builders, you need a clear understanding of what you want in your future home. Your current state analysis must be completed by this point. This is when you create your summary document, compiling all your findings and conclusions into a structured, easy-to-reference format. In this process, you'll need to make many decisions, and each one should be guided by your current state analysis, your requirements, and your budget. Let's walk through an example of how to make an informed decision. At some point, you'll need to decide what size of land to buy. Let's say you have two options: 600 square meters for $400,000 or 500 square meters for $370,000. That's a $30,000 difference for an additional 100 square meter of land. The first thing to do is determine if you can afford both options or only the lower priced one. You review your budget and see that you could afford either of them, but the budget is already tight because you have a list of features you'd like to include in your house, and there isn't enough money for everything in this list. And now you need to decide whether to remove a few features from your wish list or to buy a smaller section. To make the decision, you open your current state analysis to determine whether you really need the extra 100 square meters of land. And you can see that based on your findings, you travel frequently, meaning you will have limited time to maintain your large yard. You spend most of your time indoors, so outdoor space isn't a priority. And you don't own and are not planning to buy large items like a boat or caravan that require parking space. So looking at this objectively, do you really need the extra 100 square meters of land? From a practical and financial standpoint, no. Now let's look at what else this $30,000 could be used for. You check your prioritized wish list, which was created based on your current state analysis, and see that for the same amount you could add a ducted heat pump for whole house heating, enhanced ventilation for better air quality, heated floors in the bathrooms, and insulated carriage to maintain warmth and reduce energy costs. Also, your analysis shows that one of your top priorities is having a warm and healthy home. Given your tight budget, it makes more sense to invest the $30,000 into these features rather than extra land you don't truly need. The key takeaway is this: how your current state analysis and budget work together to help you make the best investment decisions. Instead of spending money on something that adds little value to your lifestyle, you can allocate your budget toward features that improve your comfort, health, and overall quality of life. Before I move to the top 5 tips, I'd really love to hear what you think about this first step of the method. Did you find it valuable? And what else you could recommend to the audience? Please drop a comment below. Thank you in advance. Alright, as promised, here are the 5 tips to make your current state analysis easier and more effective. First one, use AI. You've probably heard of ChatGPT, right? So use it. It's very helpful. Tip number 2, verify your answers and get a second opinion. When doing your current state analysis, it's easy to convince yourself that certain things are more important than they really are. That's why you should verify your answers by discussing them with your partner, parents, and even close friends. You can ask them, does this really reflect my lifestyle and habits? Or am I prioritizing the right things? Or let's say, is there something important I'm overlooking? Sometimes we fabricate needs that aren't actually essential, or we ignore issues we don't want to admit. Getting an outside perspective can help you stay realistic and make better decisions. Tip number 3, keep it simple. Start small and build as you go. Many people think that they need to gather every possible question and answer before they can move forward. But the truth is, you don't need a perfect list to start. You just need a foundation. As you go through the whole step-by-step home building method, new questions will naturally come up at each stage. Instead of overwhelming yourself upfront, take an iterative approach. Begin with the most essential questions, then add and refine your list as you gain more clarity. Let each step guide you to new questions that matter. This way, your analysis stays focused, flexible, and truly helpful. And remember, you need to complete this analysis before you start working with builders. Tip number 4. Think about your resources and network. It's relevant to the understanding of the world around you. Consider who and what can support you during this process. You can think about things like where can you get information from? What resources do you have for it? Do you know anyone who has built a house recently? Maybe your friend or a family member? And are there financial resources available? For example, could family help you with a loan? So understanding your support system will help you navigate challenges more easily. And finally, pro tip number 5. If you're struggling, call me. Yeah, if all of this feels overwhelming, you don't have to figure it out alone. I can help you with it. If you'd like me to guide you through your current state analysis and make sure you don't miss anything important, reach out to me. You'll find my contact details in the description below, and you can book a meeting with me through my website. As you understood, defining your current state is just one part of the equation. The next critical step is knowing how much money you have to work with. In the next video, we'll break down home building budgets, hidden costs, financial traps, and how to make your budget work for you. Don't miss it. Once again, building a home is one of the biggest projects of your life. But with the right approach, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Take your time with this step, because the better you define your needs now, the better your future home will serve you. Good luck.
I just want to say thank you. Nothing more, no place.